Hi friends, it's Mr. Whalen. I have brought you another story, another book by Audrey Wood. This one is called The Red Racer. The Red Racer. I'm looking at this book and what could it be about? Well, it looks to be about a girl and her bicycle, which is obviously a red racer. This book is by Audrey Wood. She did the words and the pictures in this book. So some books she does that. Sometimes her husband does the pictures. We read one where her son did the pictures. Other illustrators have done pictures for her books, but she's written a lot of books and sometimes she draws her own pictures too, like in this one. The Red Racer by Audrey Wood. Hope you enjoy it. The Red Racer by Audrey Wood. The Red Racer. Nona was pedaling to school on her old bicycle when the chain came off and the brakes jammed. "Look out!" Nona cried. She flew over the handlebars and crashed to the ground right in front of the brats. "There ought to be a law," Possum said. "No ugly bikes allowed in the neighborhood." "Yeah," Weasel agreed. "It hurts my delicate eyeballs." "Clunka, clunka, clunka," they teased. "Nona's got a junker." Nona fixed her bike. She was already late for school when she glanced up at the window of the hardware store. There, glowing as if it were on fire, stood a deluxe red racer. All during school that day, Nona could not stop thinking about the deluxe red racer. When the last bell rang, she hurried home to tell her parents the wonderful news. "It's the most beautiful bicycle in the whole world! We can buy it today!" "You already have a bicycle," her father said. "You don't need another one." "A new bike costs a lot of money," her mother agreed. Nona left the house and pedaled up the dirt road. She couldn't keep the red racer out of her mind. That's when Nona had a wicked thought. What if my old bicycle disappeared? Then Mom and Dad would have to buy me the red racer. Nona rolled her bicycle off a cliff and into the town dump. Without looking back, she ran all the way home. "My bike fell into a bottomless pit. It's gone forever," Nona shouted. Just then the doorbell rang. "Nona," her mother said, "please thank Mrs. Org. She found your bicycle at the dump. You didn't lose it after all." Nona thanked Mrs. Org, then took her bike. This time the wicked thought led the way down to the pond. What if someone stole my old clunker? Nona wondered. Nona rolled her bicycle to the end of the pier and pushed it off into the icy water below. She looked around and spied her parents next to the pier. They were leaving the hardware store carrying large paper bags. "Mom, Dad," Nona cried, "a giant pond monster stole my bike and took it into his cave beneath the water." "Look, Nona," her mother said, "Mr. Carp saved your bicycle. Isn't that wonderful?" Nona wheeled her soggy bike away. She couldn't get the chain back on, the seat was twisted, and both tires had gone flat. On the way home, she stopped to rest at the train station. The wicked thought was there, waiting for her. Nona placed her bike on the railroad tracks. "At 5 o'clock, she said, "the train will squish you flat." She hurried home to tell her parents the bad news. But when she opened the door, her mother and father shouted, "Surprise! We bought everything to make your old bike look brand new," her father said. "We wanted to make you happy," her mother said. Bong, 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 bong. Woo, woo. The clock struck 5 and the train whistled in the distance. Nona knew she had made a terrible mistake. Nona raced out the door and ran as fast as she could to the train station. But it was too late. What a wicked, wicked thing, the train seemed to say as if wheels rolled by. What have I done? Nona cried. After the train passed, Nona looked up through her tears. She couldn't believe her eyes. Her bicycle was on another track. It hadn't been squashed at all. Over the weekend, everyone worked together on Nona's old bicycle. And when they finished, Nona sped off down the road on the most beautiful bicycle in the whole world.